A really common mistake, maybe the most common one, is making emotional decisions in a divorce. It is very hard not to do. So have some compassion and space for yourself that it is a highly emotional time for a lot of people, but you want to start to separate out what's actually happening and what you're saying to yourself about what's happening, because that's where all the suffering lives and all the emotion lives, in that what our brain is saying about what's happening. The more you can separate that out and have your logical brain, if you will, make the decision, the better off you will be. So if you're very sad, very angry, very upset, you want to have a trusted advisor who can boil the emotion out of the situation for you, with you, and help you make those decisions from a very grounded, peaceful, and strong place. A common thing that happens for people going through a divorce is that at some point you just want it to end so badly you would chew off your own arm to have it end. And you end up waiving things that you really shouldn't or don't want to, that are not of service for you and sometimes for your children for the future. A common example of this is fine, let him keep his retirement. I don't want it. Or I don't need child support. Or let her have the house. These are things that get people into trouble and into a lot of regret after the fact. So you want, again, to try to boil the emotion out of it for yourself. Or you're not going to get rid of the emotion. Try to notice it and set it to the side and let yourself make a rational decision. If you're entitled to something, don't just drop it. Use it to further something else in the case, in the negotiation, in the relationship. If ultimately you are willing to walk away from something, have it be really thoughtful. Have it be a real acknowledgement. For example, in my divorce, my ex-husband is 10 years older than I am. He had accumulated a lot more retirement than I had. He had worked his butt off for 10 years longer than I had. And he was also 10 years closer to retirement. I chose to take substantially less than I was entitled to as an acknowledgement of all the work he did, putting my stepkids and my daughter through college and other aspects of how we lived life together. That was very thoughtful. It wasn't screw him, I don't care about the retirement, just end this thing. You want to really think it through and have it weigh out other things that you may get, which I did. He took on obligations for certain debts that he didn't have to because I was willing to take less of retirement. These are the kinds of things that you can trade and negotiate and really make work on both sides. A lot of times our humanity is what has us make the biggest mistakes in a divorce. So if you have been betrayed, if trust has been broken, if you want revenge for what they've done or not done, if you really get focused around those things, you are going to harm yourself further. So you want to get what happened, and what you feel about it, you're totally entitled to feel. But if you can begin to set that aside, let that go, and start focusing toward what you want for your future, I promise you, you will have much greater rewards than revenge could ever get you. As attorneys, we often wear multiple hats in terms of serving as a sounding board, a counselor of sorts. We're even referred to as counselors. But one mistake you can make is treating your attorney like a friend or a therapist. While the relationship can feel that strong and actually be that strong, there are distinct roles that I recommend people take with those different professionals or family members or friends. So use your attorney as a trusted advisor on legal matters. Typically, it's way too expensive to be talking to your attorney about what you might talk to a therapist or a friend about. Use those people for that aspect of your life. It's not that you can't share your feelings with your attorney, but you want to keep those relationships distinct. So what attorneys are really bringing to the table, you can maximize as something that no one else can give you. These are some of the top mistakes that we see in divorce. If you have any questions about any of these or any other concerns, contact us at Hannon De Palma.